So area of rectilinear figures. So this word here is made up of two Latin words, rect, uh, rectilinear, which comes from this word rectus. This one means straight. This is Latin, and then we have the last part there, which is linear. So in Latin, this is line. So these figures are made up of straight lines. So you're just basically talking about figures on your x or y plane, which are made up of straight lines, as opposed to circles or curves or things like these. Unlike these, rectilinear figures always have straight lines. So you can speak of a kite, a triangle, a square, you name it. As long as it is made up of straight lines, it is said to be a rectilinear figure. So to find the area of such a figure, you simply get the coordinates and put them in a matrix like this. I don't know if I should call it a matrix. And then make sure that you are getting the coordinates in an anti-clockwise manner. So your watch normally moves in this direction. This is the clockwise direction. So when you're picking the points, in this case, you pick them in this direction. So if, for example, x1, y1 was here, and then x2, y2 was here, and then y3 was somewhere there, then I would pick my point. If I start from here, then I'll be moving in this direction. If I start from here, then there and there. If you decide to pick them in the clockwise direction, then your area will be a negative answer. So let's look at some examples. So find the area of quadrilateral with these vertices. So because you can't tell the direction of these points, there is need to make a sketch, just a simple one. You don't really have to make it perfect. So we have 4,3 is here, and then you have -2, -3, -2,3 is somewhere here, then you have -1,2, -1,2 is somewhere here, then we have 3, -1, 3, -1 is here. So now you can connect these points to form a quadrilateral. So now to find the area of this rectilinear shape, you can simply say A is equal to half, using this formula. And then now let's pick the coordinates in anti-clockwise manner. You can start from anywhere. You can choose to start from here or there or there. One more thing, make sure that when you pick all the coordinates, ensure that you repeat the first set of coordinates. So I'll start mine from here. I'll start with, this is 4,3. Then next I'll pick this one, -1,2, -1,2. Next, remember we are moving in an anti-clockwise manner. And then we have this one, which is -2, -3, -2, -3. And finally, we have this one here, which is 3, -2. Is it 3, -2? I think it's supposed to be -1. This is the point. So 3, let me check. We don't have 3, -2. So this is supposed to be 3, -1. So this is 3, -1. And then at the end, you repeat the first set of coordinates. So you have 4,3. So now to find the area, you can simply find the products of or maybe the sum of the products of the major diagonals. These are said to be major diagonals. And then we also have minor diagonals, which are like this. So we can say 4 times 2. Let me just write them down. With time, you won't be doing this. You just say this times this is 8 and you write your 8. And then negative 3, so you put a plus. Negative 3 multiplied by negative 1 plus negative 2 multiplied by negative 1 plus 3 times 3. And then you put these numbers in brackets, and then you subtract the minor diagonals. These are the minor diagonals. Remember, major diagonals are moving in this direction, and then minor diagonals are moving in this direction. So with the minor diagonals, we have 3 times negative 1. So I'll just multiply them directly. 3 times negative 1, this is negative 3. And then 2 multiplied by negative 2, this is negative 4. And then negative 3 multiplied by 3, this is negative 9. Negative 4 multiplied by 4, this is negative 4. So make sure that you put this number, especially these numbers this side, in brackets because of this minus. Once you leave the brackets out, you are so dead. So we have a half, and then let's multiply these numbers. So here we have an 8, and then this side we have positive 3. Negative 2 times negative 1, we have positive 2. 3 times, which one is this? 3 times 3, I think this is 3 times, yeah, this is 3 times 3. We have a 9 minus, and then we can simplify this side. So we have, which numbers are easier to use? This and this will give us negative 12, and then this is an 8, so we have a negative 20 this side. And then we have our half. Of course, we are still having our square brackets to accommodate other brackets inside. And then this plus this is 10. And then plus 9, we have 19, plus 3, we have 22. And then this and this will give us a plus 20. So we have a half. And then 22 plus 20, this is 42, which is 21 units squared. Remember, for area you always put the square units. So a very common mistake here is to leave these brackets. So once you leave these brackets out, this negative will mess everything you do up. And then another common mistake is to get the coordinates in the order they've been given. You don't do that. You have to make a simple sketch and then pick your points in an anti-clockwise direction. Let's look at part B. So on part B, again we can make another sketch. Looking at the numbers we have, I'll write my X or Y plane in 2's. I'll write my numbers in 2's, in multiples of 2. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and these are all negatives. So our first point is negative 4, 2. So we have negative 4, 2 somewhere here. Then we have 0, negative 8. So x is 0 and then y is 8. So we have 0, negative 8. Then we have 5, 11. So 5, 11 is somewhere there. So as you can see, you don't need anything sophisticated. You just want something simple. because the idea here is to get the direction correctly. So the area of this will simply be, remember the formula, you have this formula, you get as many, if for example you have a figure which has let's say five vertices, then you can have 5 numbers here, and then you repeat the first few numbers. So in this case we only have 3, so I'll enter my 3 numbers here and repeat the first set of numbers. So this time around, let's start from here. Remember, it doesn't matter where you start from, as long as you are moving in the anti-clockwise direction. So my first point will be 0, -8, and then this will automatically be my second point, which is this is 5,11, and then finally we have this one here, which is -4,2, and then don't forget to repeat the first set of entries. So you have 0, -8, and then you find your major diagonals, so you can say half, and then you have square brackets. So let's multiply the numbers directly now. We have 0 times 11, this is 0, plus 5 times 2, this is 10, and then -4 times -8, this is 32. You close, then you have minus the brackets, very important. You move on to your minor diagonals, so you can say 5 multiplied by -8, this is -40, then plus this times this will be -44, so you can just write -44, no need to put a plus, and then plus 0 multiplied by 2, we have a 0, and then you have your square brackets like this. So your area will be half, and this plus this is 10, plus that we have 42, and then -40 minus 44, we have -84 rather, and then negative and negative, this will give us +84, and then we have a half. You add 2 to 4, you have a 6, this plus this, you have a 12, and then your area will be 12, 2 into 12, this is 6, 2 into that, you have a 3, and then remember that area always has square units, so you can just write 63 units squared. Then you can try this one out. Just remember to make a simple sketch and then to get the coordinates in an anti-clockwise manner.